Today I got a treat for you guys. I'm gonna make armadillo eggs the smoke with me way. And how that is done is by stuffing some jalapenos with some Velveeta cheese, wrapping it up in some spicy sausage, wrapping it again in some bacon, and throughout the process we're gonna throw some apple and honey rub. So let's get these going. Since we're dealing with jalapenos, I threw some gloves on so that way when I rub my eyes or pick my nose later, it's not gonna burn. So the first thing we want to do with these jalapenos to get them ready for some cheese, so just cut the top right on off, just like so. And then what we want to do with this one in particular is we're going to go ahead and core out the middle. So to do that, just grab yourself a spoon, just work your way down. And then that middle is going to pop right on out, just like so. Now that I got a bunch of seeds, all I'm going to do is I'm going to run over to the sink and rinse it out. And this will get all the seeds out for us. And there you go. As you can see, you got a pretty clean inside of a jalapeno pepper. So that's one way to do it. The other way, if you like spicy, all you need to do, simply cut off the top. Boom. And then we'll get a little bit, we'll go ahead and core it out a little bit here, just so that we have some room to get the cheese in. So we'll take out a little bit of that top and just take your spoon again. And then just kind of cut out the top there. And now we still have the seeds and the veins in there, which is going to make it super spicy. So I'm going to cut up the rest of these just like this, and then we'll be back to fill them up with some cheese. Right, now that we have our jalapenos kind of cored out to where we want them, the next thing we want to do is add some cheese. So again, I'm just using Velveeta cheese here. So I got about a half a block. I'm just going to smash it down to make it a little bit easier to deal with. And then what I'm going to do is just grab some Velveeta cheese and just start stuffing. Just like so. Just keep pushing it in as far as it will go. All right, there's one that's pretty well stuffed. All right, we got our jalapenos stuffed with our Velveeta cheese. Next thing we want to do is get these guys wrapped up in some sausage. And again, we're going with some spicy Italian sausage, because we're turning the heat way up on these armadillo eggs. So all we need to do is grab ourselves enough sausage to wrap each individual piece of jalapeno. Just kind of give it a nice little smash here. That way we even it out. We don't want the sausage to be too thick around these jalapenos, because we want them to cook nice and evenly. So that's looking about good. Take your jalapeno. And now all we want to do is get this bad boy wrapped up in it. So just grab your jalapeno, just get your sausage all the way around it, cover up the top. We got nice even coverage around the entire jalapeno here. Try to hide any spots that may be peeking out. Again, we want to keep this as a nice, even, thin layer of sausage to help the cooking process go by a little bit quicker. So once you get your jalapeno wrapped up, it should look something like this. All right, now that we got our armadillo eggs wrapped in the sausage, we're gonna go ahead and throw on some of our honey and apple seasoning here, just to give it that little bit of extra flavor. And then from there, what we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna get some bacon wrapped around these guys. So give it a nice amount, however much you like. You can use any seasoning that you like, but I suggest doing something with some apple or some honey just to give it a little bit of that sweet flavor, because this thing is going to be spicy. So let's get both sides of these sprinkled up. And then the next thing we want to do is we want to get these guys wrapped in bacon. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take about 3 pieces or so here, and I'm going to cut these in half. The reason why I cut these in half is because I like to ensure, well, that's a thin slice. I like to ensure that my top and my bottom are pretty well covered up before I wrap this in bacon. So just put one on each end just like so. And then we're going to take a full piece here. And we're going to start wrapping. Now you may need 2 or 3 slices. That's okay. Just use however many that you need. And these are some pretty thin slices, so we may need a little bit extra, maybe 3 pieces on this one. Let's see what happens though. Let's wrap up the ends first. Yep, we're going to need 3 pieces for sure. And then get into the middle. And there we go. And then just keep wrapping. All right, our armadillo eggs are ready to go. All we have to do now is get one last coat of our seasoning, our honey and apple Traeger seasoning, the pork and poultry, I believe. Get these coated up nicely, and then they'll be ready for the smoker. Booyah! Our armadillo eggs are done. Well, almost done. They still need to go on the smoker. But just a quick recap, what we did is we grabbed some jalapenos, we cut the tops off of them, and then we took our spoon and we cored out as much as we want of the inside, the veins and the seeds, rinsed them out, got out what we want, kept in what we want. We love them spicy, so a lot of these have a lot of the veins and the seeds still in them. After that, what we did is we grabbed some of our sausage, we threw some cheese in there first. You gotta have the cheese. And then we grabbed some of our sausage. We rolled this up in our sausage. Then we grabbed our seasoning here. We threw some seasoning on top of the sausage. Then we rolled it up in some bacon, added some more seasoning. And now, you know what? Yeah, I think you do. It's that time to come and smoke with me. We have our Traeger preset here to 300 degrees. And we're using apple wood pellets today. So our internal temperature we want to reach on these armadillo eggs is 165. So to ensure that we do that, as always, using the trusty meter, just grab yourself one of these guys, stick it right in through the middle, and then onto the smoker we go. Throw these guys right here about in the middle. Alright, so we're going to let these guys go for probably about 2 hours or so until they do hit that 165, and then we'll coat them with some barbecue sauce. So now it's just time to smoke with me. Our armadillo eggs hit 165 degrees, and I went ahead and pulled them off of the smoker. They've been sitting here resting for about 15 or 20 minutes. So now it's time for the best part of the video, at least for me anyways, and that's the taste test. So let's chop one of these up and see what the inside looks like for us. Ooh, look at that. We got our cheese melted all the way into the middle of the jalapeno. Again, we left the seeds and the veins in because we're going for spicy. So that came out really, really super well. So let's slice a piece off here for us. Take a look at that. We got a little bit of cheese in there that melted through. Some jalapenos. So let's give her a shot and see how she tastes. Jalapeno is super crunchy, a little bit spicy. Bacon, barbecue, spicy sausage, it all comes together. This is one you definitely want to give a try.